Hey, what's going on, YouTube audience? I'm back after being gone for almost 10 days again. I apologize, my upload schedule is a little bit all over the place. Anyways, though, we're going to be talking about the up and coming Aaron Keller discussion on 6v6, what I think personally is going to happen, what he will say, stuff like that. Probably just, me talking in this video. And I am aware I have this giant thing right here, but happens, man. Before I get into everything else, I just want to have a moment to moment with all of you guys out there on the internet who watch my videos. Thank you guys so much. I just built a brand new computer. I'm gonna be able to render stuff so much faster. It is honestly mind-blowing how crazy my life has been changing recently. Honestly, to get it out there in the universe, internet, there are so many other things other than Overwatch that I want to talk about, that I care about, and just things I want to make and create. I'm going to stick to Overwatch primarily because this is the game that not only started my career, but also, I've spent years, thousands of hours of my life playing this game, and I do have a true passion towards it. Eventually, maybe after the 66 stuff, all of that, if there are no changes, I'm going to start shifting into some other stuff. Maybe I'll talk about stuff that's happening on the internet. Maybe I'll have movie reviews and stuff like that. Just, well, I want it to be a very personal thing. Stuff you guys, I can talk in the comment section and talk to people about that. Anyways, though, I've been yapping. Let's go ahead and get into the important stuff, which is going to be the 6v6 director's take that will be coming out soon, I believe. And Aaron Keller recently had a tweet that he posted on July 12th, which was 5 days ago. I'll throw it here, somewhere right here. And he says, "Hey all, still working on the 6v6 director's take. It's going to be pretty long, even longer than a @JakeOW tweet. I'll need a few more days of writing and about a week to localize it for all regions." So, funny that he mentions Jake. Now, no hate towards Jake at all. I just find it ironic that one of the people who are very for 5v5 are mentioned in this. But again, I'm sure he didn't mean anything by it. It's probably just a harmless, joke. So as far as what I think will be entailed inside of the director's take, I'm just going to be honest, guys. They're not going to say they're bringing 6v6 back. I want them to. I know all of you guys probably want them to. They're not. And that's probably the harsh reality of it. They're probably going to have excuses. And I'm using the word probably a lot here because, I don't know. The reality is no one knows. Me, Sam, any other person who's heavily on the 6v6 argument, no one knows. But it has been really interesting seeing people like J3, Flats. J3 posted a video recently where he was playing 6v6 and said he enjoyed it more. I would really like to see Flats do that as well. I saw some tweets also from Frito and Sam having a bit of an argument about 6v6 and all this other stuff that's been going on. I'll see if I can find some of that and throw them up here again. But, to break down the brass, the likely scenario is he's probably going to say, if I had to take a swing in the dark at it, that there's just too much work to be done to, move the game back into the old format, which personally, I don't think that's a good enough excuse. There are people in the community who have made a dedicated 6 versus 6 mode, and there is a entire Discord server that Samito has been pushing out recently. I've played it with him on stream in the mornings, and it is amazing. And if people in the community can do this inside of the internal game engine, then I see no reason why an entire dev team of people who get paid salaries to balance and make the game better could not. And I think that's just the harsh reality. Now, I think once this comes out, there will be a lot of discussion around it, and I don't think that's a bad thing. There's going to be people who agree and disagree with Aaron's takes. I'm probably going to disagree, but at least they are acknowledging it, and this is a huge step forward for the dev team, and I can congratulate them on that, and I'm happy that they're finally looking into it. But with that being said, I don't think there's anything too crazy or earth-shattering that will be mentioned by Aaron Keller. When I started recording this, I had no intention of going and calling people out or trying to start conversations with anyone. But after reading a few of your Overwatches or Frito's tweets, there are a couple things I would very much like to respond to, because I highly doubt he will see my responses on Twitter, which is okay because I don't have that big of a following on Twitter, but I have one here. And do not harass him, do not say anything mean to him. I'm just going to be responding to him through YouTube, and just going over and answering some of his tweets that I've seen recently. So, the first one from July 13th. Customs in Overwatch are always more fun than a matchmaking experience, as the players that join them are a die-hard subset and are more likely to be like-minded. A big percentage of Overwatch enjoyment to me included as, do I and my random sink in our styles? Well, I can poke an argument in this really easily, Frito. So, for starters, there are always random games happening in the 6v6 server with people that I have never seen from different regions. And, I can concede that they do have the like-minded idea that the game is better in 6v6, and I believe there is evidence to support the game is better in 6v6. While you may not agree with some of it, and I may not have all the facts, I think a large majority of the community can say they prefer 6v6, especially if they have played it in Overwatch 1 or have played it in the 6v6 custom games. I mean, literally like 2 days ago, at like 7 or 8 in the morning, there was a bunch of people from EU in the 6v6 server, no streamers, random people. I joined and I played Reinhardt with a random group of people I have never met, never talked to, no idea what they play at all, and I had a blast. And you know what? We didn't even win every game, because losing in 6v6 still feels better than winning in 5v5. Also, Frito, I really hate to be this kind of guy, but even on the polls you are putting on Twitter, which I will show here, you are asking people about the recent patches with the Godzilla King Kong tanks, and it is shocking how much people who even follow you disagree to a degree so high. I mean, this has almost 8,000 impressions, and the percentage is still almost 70 to 30. Now, personally, I believe whatever you enjoy playing is completely up to you, and you are allowed to have your own opinion. But in terms of what is best for the game and the community that plays the game and puts money into the game constantly, I see no reason why the developers should not be listening, or at least hearing, these arguments from people that play the game and give them the money. Now, to be fair, Aaron Keller is making an entire discussion about this, and you know what, again, as I said earlier, I praise him for that. Very good stuff. Also, recently, there was a clip that Boger posted on Twitter that Your Overwatch reposted on his Twitter, where he is playing Winston on Route 66 in Overwatch 1. He jumps in, he primals, he gets like triple CC'd and dies. I'm going to go over that clip real quick and discuss everything that is no longer in the game and all the things that have been added to the game. For starters, I apologize. I'm watching this off of Twitter, so the quality of the clip is going to be really bad, but this will be very fast. So, if we can watch it like this. So, half HP, but that doesn't matter. Jumps into their entire team, all of them, pops primal. Orisa throws Bongo down. Their Sig, I don't know if you guys could see that or not, their Sig was eating and then got one shot off. He was flash, break stun, right clicked. Okay. And it shows it right here through the Cassidy's POV, jumping into the entire team. Sig is eating. Eat ends, Orisa throws Bongo down, flash, break stun, right click, shot by everyone. And this is when Winston had 1,000 HP, there was no tank passives, nothing else like that, and, reposted, whatever. So, for starters, don't jump into the entire team. That's, even if you are in Winston with 8,000 HP, jumping into an entire team is extremely risky. And anyway, Orisa doesn't have Bongo anymore. Cast Flashbang works differently, so you're still able to move. Brig doesn't have Bash unless she commits an ultimate to it, which is stupid. I don't think Brig should have Bash anyway. And Kree right-click does reduce damage now. Sigma's the same. I think he still got a shot off, but even in 5v5, assuming you are jumping into a Sig and all of these other people, and you get flashed, Brig Bash with CC, I'm willing to bet you, before the recent Godzilla tank changes, you would probably still die as Winston, which I think is misleading and insane. That stuff like this that gets tweeted where, you know, they're trying to poke holes and say, well, look at what happened in 6v6. I have 1,000 HP and I'm on Winston and I just got blown up. While I agree, this is not fun at all for you. I don't think it was the right play to jump into 6 people. I don't think that this is something that also, half of these stuns aren't even in the game anymore. Orisa doesn't have bongo, so there's no damage amplifier. Again, Cassidy's right click is reduced on damage now. And Sig only got 1 volley off, I believe. So, and again, to preface, you are jumping into 6 people. So I don't really know what you were expecting with this one, but okay. There are a million of these clips from all over the place, from current Overwatch to Overwatch 1, and it just has its CC, basically. Even though a lot of the damage amplifier stuff like bongo are not in the game anymore, it is still possible to get blown up like this on tank if you have the entire team shooting at you while damage amped and getting stunned 4 times. I agree with the sentiment that it is not fun, nor was it a good state of the game. But this has nothing to do with 6v6. That was balance. Because you know why it's balanced? Brig can't CC with her bash normally anymore. She has to be in her ult to do it, which, again, I don't think she should be able to anyway. Cass's flashbang is different. It still stuns, but you can still move. You take reduced damage on tank now. There's so many, no bongo, like I can keep going over and over again. But again, clips and stuff like this are trying to dissuade people from 6v6 and make an argument for 5v5 just have no place in this discussion, because the issue is with the format, not the balance, and I don't think they understand that. Or maybe they do and they choose not to. But when I see clips and stuff like that, it frustrates me because they are not... There is no point, because this has nothing to do with the format. Sigma only got 1 shot off there. So having another tank stopped you from dying. How? It doesn't make sense. There is no argument for, oh, 6v6 did this. No, that was balance in the game being ignored and underbalanced and underworked on for 2 to 3 years while prepping for Overwatch 2, which, you know, I was going to make a separate video on this, but we can talk about it. The amount of things that they promised that just are not in the game. Weapon inspects, PvE, the other types of gun skins besides Jade, and why did they go with green? Why? It could have been platinum, diamond, all these other cool colors, and they went with green. There's so many things that have been under-delivered with this new game, and we're choosing to poke holes in a better format from an older one that was mismanaged, never, I mean, besides October 2020, never really balanced correctly. There's just no argument for it. It makes no sense to me. Anyways, though, everyone, that's really all I have to say in this video. You know, I just really wanted to get on and talk about stuff like this, get my ideas out there for what Aaron Keller is going to be talking about, and just, you know, a general roundup of what I've been seeing in the Overwatch community as of recently, discussing 6v6 and all these other, you know, crazy things that have been going on. Whew. Anyways, though, I'm working on a couple things right now. A really big project for one of them that's going to take me a little bit longer. Some other big news in store coming soon. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, evening, or night. Thank you guys so much. If you liked this video, please leave it a like down below. It helps get this out to more people. And hit that subscribe. We're almost to 2.5. We're going up to 3. And I will have a Q&A at 5,000 subscribers where you guys can ask me anything related to Overwatch, me personally, any kind of questions you want. I'm an open book. But again, have a good rest of your day. Peace.